Hi, this is Mahantesh. Today I'm going to show how to load multiple Excel in a SSIS SQL server using SSIS. So you can go to my blog and see one of the posts that is how to load multiple Excels. So I also started recently learning SSIS. So I was thinking how I can use this SSIS tool to load my bank account statements and generate some data which is helpful for me. So this is just a one real-time problem I'm solving for myself. Thought to share with you guys. So this is simple Excel. I'll show my Excels whatever I have downloaded from websites. This is some junk file, so I removed it. So this is one example. See, actually you're going to get this kind of Excel from a ICICI bank. If you are using other banks, just check it the format of the Excel. So just observe here. So C14 from C13, starting from C13 data is started. So this is the header and I is the column. So this is actually a dummy data, so not to worry about this account number and balance. It's just I have made some changes, so it looks just a format is important. So how I'm going to load the data in my Excel, just observe here. So I have downloaded sorry. So I have downloaded from 2012 to 2016. So first step is to create create a sample or table which is in the same format as your Excel. So my Excel has these many columns. Just you can see this is what I have created the table. Even I have given a code for that to create. So you just need to create and so I'll show what happens exactly. So before start, I'll just truncate my table. So I'll start from scratch. Anyway, I have developed one job here that is similar to that, but anyway I'll start with a scratch so that you can understand what exactly I am doing. Just create a one package, change the name, give a relevant name, multiple Excel or I'll give account load, ICC load dynamic. Okay, so what's the first step is just you need to create some four variables, five variables actually. So one is file name. So anyway I have given whatever steps you need to create. So file name I'll give as a variable, and this is string actually. So you can give any sample value. So second, you can create input folder. This is nothing but where your Excel files are there. So in my case, the files are there in this path. So I'll show you. So these are my files. So I'm just giving a file input folder as string and defining the path. Next is what? Input full path. This is nothing but actually we are loading one by one all the excels, right? So we need to define some dynamic path so that our SSIS job could pick up that and load into some tables. Oh, sorry. So this is my full path. So we'll define after this, like once we're done with the loading of the file, one file. So first step is to just you need to, I'll open this also as a sample. So whatever I have did, I can explain you both. So what I did actually, this is one SQL task. Just for my reference, I'm just truncating before the load, like whatever the data has been loaded. So I'm just truncating just because of understanding like why, what exactly happening there. So I took a for loop. Next, you need to define these all parameters. So first is what? So you need to define input folder where exactly the all your files are located. So you need to define that. And next is you need to set up file name. It starts with the index 0, right? So actually whether the file is there, if its file is not there, the job will stop automatically. You need not to worry for that. So next is you need to drag one data flow, and you define source is, in my case, as I explained you before. So I created an Excel connection manager. So this is nothing but I have created here, you can see this. So where the file is located, I have given an example. So I test example test um, Excel as I have given. So you need to define that. And the one of the most important thing is you need to see where the data is located, where the data is started. As I mentioned in the starting, so the data is starting from C13, right? So I have mentioned C13I, so you need to mention that. Otherwise you will be not loading complete data sometimes. So after that you are defining which is date, like uh, whatever data you are getting from Excel is mostly a string or something. So once you connect that source to data conversion, what happens, it automatically takes some other data types. I'll show that. But you need to change the data type to whatever it's relevant. In my case, value data is nothing but date. This is date, and check number is a string, all this, and these are numbers. So I have mentioned like that. So the final step is to define this destination. So I'm just mapping the columns which I have got from data conversion uh, output, data conversion output. So I am just mapping into a mapping to output source. output destination. So that is nothing but this table. This is my table actually. So if I start executing, uh, as an example, I'll show what exactly happening here. So I'll add one metadata. So add, let it be good. Okay. So I'll start executing this package. Just here started. So my first Excel has these many data. So these are the only two records I have in my Excel. So only two records are loaded. So next, go to next. So these are the number of rows, total 216, 206, 501 rows. So 787, 2016. Once I done, we can close it. So just you can observe what exactly happened here. So you can see here first what exactly happening. It's loading one by one. Once it completed, so the final data has been loaded. We'll check this. So this is my data. uh, so I'll start with a scratch once again. I'll stop this. So just observe here, this is what I have used now. I load the data in this table in the similar fashion, which is null, that there is no data in this table, right? So we'll load this using same job. So first what I will do, I'll just drag a for loop container. Sorry, for each we need to take delete. So because each file you are loading once at a time, right? So you need to define this path, so where the data is located. So in my case, desktop. So here it's located, right? So I'll take this as name and extension. So and the data is starting with OP XLS, right? And file name is index 0, and this is, so where input file is located, right? So input file is nothing but directory we need to define, and input folder, actually input folder we need to take, not input full path. So I'm just dragging to expression. You can see what exactly the value for this variable. So I just say okay, and just save it. Okay, just save it, Control S. So once you are done with this, you need to take Excel source. Excel sources, you need to drag a data flow. So I'll drag it here. So in this Excel source, you need to define the Excel source. So better what I'll do, I can copy from enter here. I'm uploading all this DTS package into my blog. You can download it and you can Just you need to make sure change the all the variable path. It will work definitely. So it is asking from my, just to create a source. You need to select at least one Excel at the starting. So you are selecting this, hit OK, and you need to define this, right? Because our data is there in only C13 to I, right? So I'm just copying this. If you wanted to do for other bank statements which you have, you can do for that also. You just need to check where data is starting and where data is ending. In my case it's starting from C13 and I, so I use that. So you need to map this. So all are correct, right? So you need to create where you want to load the table. So as I said, I have loaded at the starting here, load here. Okay, so one thing I wanted to mention here, just see here, actually we are loading at the start, we are loading for only one Excel, right? So we need to mention one expression so that it can pick the data one after another. So Excel path I'm defining. So input folder, so input file name I took. Just observe, this is complete path. So what happening exactly, the Excel source will pick the data one after another, so need not to worry for this error. Just save. And another thing, so you need to set this delay validation as true, as well as for this also you need to set delay validation as true, because the starting there is no value for the variable file name because it's empty, right? So we need to define that in the first. And there's a one parameter here, maximum error count. Sometimes if your job is giving lots of errors and it's not going be like it's stopping in the middle of the some steps, sometimes you can increase the error count to some 500 or 600. So let it be one. We'll see what happens when I load this. Okay, so I'll save this. I'll use a data viewer, data viewer. I'll add one. So our input variable is correct, output variable is correct. So I'll delete these, we'll see afterwards. Okay, save, execute this. So this is my first Excel, this is my second, this is my third, this is my fourth, this is my fifth. Hopefully the data is loaded here. We'll see. Yes, yes, right, we did it. So you loaded the data, everything is okay. So if you load the data and once you done loaded, like if you loaded all the files, you need to move this, right? You need to, if you want to move the data from this location to other location, I have used file system task here. For that, this file system task, what exactly it's doing, I'll show. So before that, we have two variables left, right, in this job. So you can create two variables. I'll leave this as exercise to you guys. Try this, it's too easy. So you just need to create two variables as a archive folder and archive full path. So in archive folder, what I have mentioned, so this is what exactly is. So where my files need to be moved once I complete loading. So for an example, I'll delete this. So if I'll delete this. So I'll show you, and this is archive full path. This is nothing but, so just observe here, this is just a value I have given, but this I have given a expression here. And just make sure you work for the expression if you are using, so evaluate as expression should be true, because you are passing the value that is calculated with this expression. So whenever you are using expression in the variable, so make sure that this is true, otherwise what will happen, the same file will load, so only one file will load. Oops. So you need to make sure this should be true. So I'll show, I'll truncate my this table. Truncate it. So this is empty now, and there are no files here. There are files here. This is my source file. So file system, what I'm doing with this file system is just I'm archiving once the data is loaded for all the excels. You can even move from here to here. So I'll choose move this time. You can copy also. You can change the file name from one file name to another file name. So there is a rename option also. You need to define a variable in such a way that it should give a file name underscore some date stamp extension. So that usual practice happens in a real-time scenario. but now I am using a simple move command here. So I just said okay. So I'll save. So just observe here, this is my source, this is destination, my table is empty, this table is empty. So I'll execute. First loaded, second loaded, third loaded, fourth loaded, fifth loaded. So and hope my files are moved to archive location. Yes, this is my archive, all the files are loaded, moved here. And yeah, I think it's so it's moved here. Oh, it's still copy. That's why it's copied. Hope you getting the point. Maybe I haven't clicked OK. So if you want to move completely, you just need to select move file. You need to select move file to move, and this is what is your destination. Have selected the archive full path. This is input file, and you can override the destination. Like if my file is there here, right? So if you want to copy once again, like just here, it's 12012. So if you want to move the file to same location, but it's overwriting the destination files. So this is what you can solve the real-time scenario or real-time problem for yourself. You can analyze your data, so how much you are getting from how much you are getting and how much you are spending, you can analyze yourself. Thank you. If you like my video, please subscribe my channel. And I need not to say, if you like, definitely like, and please let me know the feedback and comments. This is my first video. Thank you.